And welcome, everybody, to Atlanta News First Alert Desk. My name is Allen Devlin. Thanks for joining me here at 8 o'clock. It is a pleasure to have you on board. Don't forget, you can comment, drop anything you want in the YouTube, wherever you're watching from, social media site. We can interact, talk to each other. If it is, of course, Amazon TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, anything like that. We can also interact a little bit if you find me on Facebook or anything like that. I've got TJ, everything okay? Okay. One of our web developers was walking over here, and I was like, "Ooh, something might be going wrong," but you guys can hear and see me, so we are good to go. A couple of stories I want to walk you through real quick, talk about a couple of things here. We're going to start off with a story that actually originated back in 2016. We found out today that a home has been searched in connection to a missing 19-year-old girl who vanished back in 2016, and Atlanta News First was down at that home in Newton County earlier today. Here is some video. FBI agents teaming up with local law enforcement to kind of scour that area and figure out what is going on. Because, again, this girl, Morgan Bauer, went missing back in 2016 after moving to Atlanta from the Midwest. She was only here for a couple of weeks working at an adult bar by the name of Tops when she went missing. Her phone was pinged in a park about a mile from the house that's being searched there today in Newton County. We haven't gotten any new information outside of basically what I just told you. We don't have any suspect name or what led them to that house. All we know is that law enforcement said this is an open investigation and this was a part of this missing 19-year-old girl. She has not been seen or heard from again since 2016. So it has been a while since we last heard from Morgan Bauer. Maybe this, whatever they're doing down in Newton County, will lead to something, another break in what has been a years-long cold case so far. So the next story I want to talk to you guys about here is some news that broke here earlier this evening. 2 people have been shot and killed in southwest Atlanta. Now, we don't have much or many details on what's going on here besides the fact that it was at 85 Peyton Place Southwest. That's the address. 2 people there shot and killed. We have no word on a suspect or suspects that they might be looking for, but that's one that we're keeping our eyes on. Our Atlanta News First chopper flew over that scene earlier today and gave us live images of the investigation there at the home in southwest Atlanta, and police have not given us any updates as to who they may be looking for in connection to this shooting or who pulled the trigger or the circumstances or narrative around the shooting in the first place. So as soon as we learn something about what happened there at Peyton Place, we'll be sure to let you know here. Our coverage back on television begins in about 57 minutes on Atlanta News First and Peachtree TV, so you can join us there. If there is any information to update you with, we'll have it not only online first for you on our Atlanta News First app, but by on 9 o'clock on Peachtree TV with Atlanta News First as well. And we're rolling through here these today. The last one I'm going to talk to you guys about before I turn things over is an interesting story that we did not get wind of necessarily from the district attorney's office. We just kind of found out. We saw them because they're hard to miss. Right now, you drive downtown Atlanta, you drive right by the Fulton County Courthouse, you're going to see a little bit of this going on. I want to see if I can get it out there. This is a raw video shot from our photographer out there earlier today, who was looking at some barriers that are now sitting outside of the Fulton County Courthouse. They are security barriers, and where your mind goes initially is the fact that, reminder, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis is going to be likely releasing information regarding a possible indictment of the former president, Donald Trump, here involving alleged 2020 election interference. Here are the barriers right here, guys. This is what we're looking like, and those just kind of popped up on us today. We found them. We heard about them. Some of the viewers sent us images and tipped us off to the fact that these had been set up. The timeline does align with an announcement coming on that possible indictment here in the next couple of weeks. Anywhere from August to September is when the district attorney said that this will be something she'll be announcing, which would be the president's 3rd indictment here in the last several months involving his past dealings, either as a private citizen or as a president or what he did after leaving office. This is not necessarily confirmation that the district attorney is going to announce an indictment, because all we know is that a decision will come. Whether she indicts or not, we don't know. But the most latest thing that we've learned about this whole mess is dealing with one of Donald Trump's former advisors, Rudy Giuliani, who recently admitted to saying false statements about some Georgia election officials. He claimed they were tampering with votes, shipping in fake ballots, all this long list of stuff. He's now said that that was not the truth. And these two women suing because their lives were derailed from a national scale of Trump supporters, election deniers coming for them, saying they cheated, they gave Biden the election here in Georgia. And now we know that that is not the case. That's been proven time and time again, that this election was fair and equal here in Georgia. Joe Biden just happened to get the W. For the state of Georgia, for the first time in decades, might I add, a Democrat president was able to win Georgia. 11,780 votes. That's what Donald Trump was asking for on that notorious phone call with Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger back in 2020 and 2021. And we now know that Raffensperger, Brian Kemp all told Trump more than enough times, we cannot do this. It is not within our power. It is illegal. That is what the District Attorney Fonnie Willis is looking into right now. And like I said, we're going to have details on an indictment here in the coming weeks. If she announces that she will be indicting Donald Trump, those security barriers are likely for protection, because she has also made announcements to all of her employees to work from home, to work remotely if possible for a good span of time here heading into August, right around that time when that announcement might be coming. Now, if we actually reached out to the district attorney regarding the security barriers and asked directly, are these in relation to this possible looming indictment announcement? We have not heard word back yet. So once we get any confirmation on what that looks like or what that is, we will be sure to let you know. But for right now, it looks like those barriers are there to stay. So that is all I've got for you here today. Quick 7.5, 8 minutes, a little bit longer than I actually was planning on this time around. We've got meteorologist Patrick Pete, who is just coming back fresh off a weather conference, who is going to be joining me here in a little bit. In the meantime, I actually want to put you guys out and give you guys a look at, actually, this is going to be a look at our weather. Where is Max 4, Patrick? Where in the world? Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. Couldn't even see it. But like I'm saying, beautiful day today. Very, very, very hot. I'll tell you that for sure. And Patrick Pete was just at a weather conference in Boston?
Yep.
Up in Boston, where it was a little bit cooler, but still blazing. Here he goes.
Yeah, man, that conference was nice, but it got a little hot yesterday. So not as hot as things are going to get around here. Good evening. How's everybody doing today? Long time no see. Long time no chat. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this, what I believe is Thursday evening, just fine. The forecast has been mainly dry today. We saw a couple of spotty showers and thunderstorms. I do expect that trend to continue. Hot, humid, with afternoon pop-up showers and storms. We'll be tracking, feel like temperatures are going to be near triple digits as we head, not necessarily tomorrow, but for the bulk of the forecast, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe even Tuesday. So we're first alerting those 4 days as those feel like numbers are going to hit or get above 100 degrees for a large chunk of North Georgia. And with all of that humidity, you know there's going to be that chance for some pop-ups in the afternoon, so that's with us as well. And while there isn't a risk for widespread severe weather, there is going to be enough energy in the atmosphere that some of these isolated storms could become strong and produce some heavy rain, lightning, hail, and some strong winds. So reasons for us to at least be weather aware as we head through this unseasonably warm period of time that unfortunately is not coming to an end anytime soon. As we head into next week, temperatures are still going to hang out in the mid to upper 90s at times, and we're still going to be dealing with humidity, although one afternoon in particular looks like we could see a little bit of a drop, some temporary relief from all of this madness. That's not tomorrow. Starting off the day with a few clouds around, becoming partly cloudy through the afternoon. You can see there is some moisture to the south of us at lunchtime, but I don't expect those isolated showers and storms to really kick up until around 5 o'clock. So we're calling it a 20 to 30% chance of rain, mainly in the afternoon hours as we head into the evening. This time of year, we typically see those rain chances diminish, and that's exactly what we're going to be tracking for tomorrow. There is not a code orange in effect right now, and I think that's probably because they're expecting that rain to be a little bit more widespread than it has been today, but nonetheless, the ozone has been high, it's been hot, it's been humid, and that is going to play a major role in what you experience tomorrow. Warm for the morning drive. By the time you're punching that clock, we're going to be just shy of 80 degrees, so that AC will be on full blast. Heading into the afternoon, we get to 90 degrees before lunchtime, so if you were thinking about maybe going to the park and hanging out by a park bench, eating your chicken sandwich or your salad, this is not going to be one of those days for that. Feel like numbers are going to be a couple of degrees higher than those temps, and then those those pop-ups are going to be around. Getting into the mid-90s for the afternoon, and then slightly cooling down for the evening. Here's a look at Saturday. Starting off in the mid to upper 70s. You see how Saturday morning, the temperature and the heat index, which is the number right next to it, they're the same. Well, there's going to be some separation as we head into the afternoon. Those temps are going to be in the low 90s here in Atlanta, 91 at lunchtime, but it's going to feel like the mid 90s. 92 in Rome at 12 o'clock. Feeling like 102, 92 in LaGrange, but feeling like 100. So it's going to be uncomfortable to be outside in the afternoon. So we're first alerting for this hot and humid trend that will dominate the afternoon, but also there's going to be some moisture around. So scattered showers and storms are going to be possible as we head into the 4 to 5 o'clock time frame. We'll be tracking that. Where those showers and storms really get aggressive, we will see a sharp drop in temperature. So what does that mean? That means that as long as you are dry, you will easily get into the upper 90s, and you will easily see those heat indices get into the triple digits. Right now, it looks like no one's going to quite make it to that heat advisory threshold, but that can change as soon as we get a handle on where these pop-ups are going to develop. And if you're from Georgia, you know that these pop-ups with these systems that are just kind of unsettled weather patterns, it's really hard. You can't really forecast them days ahead of time. You kind of have a better idea the morning where the storms are going to fire up in the afternoon. Right now, it looks like we're going to have that potential Saturday, and that's going to keep several of our communities a little bit cooler than the rest of us. But where that rain and thunderstorm activity holds off till about 4 o'clock, that's the areas that we're really going to be watching for those high temps and high heat indices. Meanwhile, muggy meter, not in the best of territories over the course of the next few days. This isn't going to be overwhelmingly more humid than anything we've seen this year, but with temperatures that are going to be higher than they've been this year and having, summer-like humidity around, that's going to put us in that very close to dangerous category for those heat indices, for those feel-like temperatures. So that's why all of the conversation, that's why the first alerts, it's Saturday, it's Sunday, y'all are trying to get outside. We are too, because just like y'all, we working right now. We work on the weekdays. So we're trying to get outside and we're trying to enjoy life with our friends, family. Fred's trying to run 26 miles, 26.2 miles. I'm trying to cycle 30 miles. Everybody has their things. Allen's trying to play basketball and develop a shot. And with the heat this hot, with the feels like numbers this hot, it's really going to be imperative that you try to reduce some of those outdoor activities, especially, I would say, roughly 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. That's whenever the atmosphere is really going to be the most uncomfortable to be out and about. 102 looks to be our highest heat index on Sunday, and then those numbers gradually cool down a little bit as we head into next week. But our cool down is into the lower 90s, so this isn't a massive cool down. Tuesday's looking to be maybe our best chance. We may have to change these numbers up just a little bit. Guidance is hinting at some slightly drier air moving in Tuesday. So if you're praying and you're on the alert for something, watch that forecast for Tuesday, because that may trend to be a slightly better day than it's looking to be right now. Otherwise, that rain chance for the afternoon's going to dominate the forecast, and we're going to see more scattered showers and storms as another system pushes into the area as we head into next Thursday. So want to check YouTube, because I know a lot of y'all are over there watching. I see there's several of you that are still there right now. Good evening. And those of you at home that are joining us on our streaming platforms, we're going to have another look at some new data, specifically dealing with Saturday, but also dealing with Tuesday. And we're going to have a fresh look at that on Atlanta News First. Peachtree TV will be on at 9 and 10, and then meteorologist Fred Campagna is going to have that last look before you go to sleep on Atlanta News First at 11. So I'm going to leave you with the 7-day, and you can catch me in about 45 minutes because we will be live. Have a fantastic Thursday.